Welcome back to my channel. So, you want to be kind to yourself doing these deliveries? You want to be good to yourself? The best way to do it is to set yourself on a time limit of 8 hours a day. Welcome back to my channel where I basically tell you some tips and tricks on staying in the gig economy, working in the gig economy, being your own best friend, and doing your best out here every single time. Today I'm going to teach you about time being your ally, time being your friend, and how it works in work ethics around the gig economy. So basically it's very simple. You are your own boss. You set the time on when you want to start. You set the time on when you want to end. That's the bottom line. You are an independent contractor, so you are working on your time, nobody else's. You know your market, you know where you want to work, and you know how you want to work. Okay? And if you remember when you used to work in regular jobs out there, you always had a time clock that you had to punch in, and a time clock that you had to punch out for lunch, and a time clock when you have to punch out when you have to leave. Okay? And that's always been ingrained in our system from God knows how long. Okay? So you take the basic same work ethics that you do and you use it to your advantage to deal with high levels of uncertainty, being good to yourself, setting your standards to come out here and do your best when you can. Okay? And the magic number to do that is 8 hours. And how do you know when you're doing 8 hours? By making sure that you have a timer where you actually turn the time on from the moment you pick up something to the moment you drop it off, or from the moment you pick up something to the moment you take a lunch break. You shut the timer off and then you turn it back on when you're going to take something else. Now, I don't know how everybody else is, but for me, doing it that way empowers me in so many ways. Number one, it makes me realize that I'm out here working the time, not the money. Okay? It also helps me with dealing with high levels of uncertainty. You know that whether you're going to a DoorDash restaurant and you got to wait a while, or you know that when you're doing a Walmart Sparks and an order gets canceled, or if they're taking forever to bring the items out to you, you know those are things you can't control. There's no way you can control them. They also cause that high level of frustration because you get emotional. Time is an emotion. Time is an emotion. So when they're taking up your time, okay, you're going to get emotional. So the best way to try to bring yourself back to normalcy is to remember that when you turn on that timer, you are putting in 8 hours a day. From the moment that you turn it on to the moment that it hits 8 hours, you're done. You're done. Whatever happened in that day, in those 8 hours that you put in, you did your best. And that's it. You have to tell that to your mind. Okay? Normally when you work for a job or anywhere where you work in a job, you're always going to be conditioned by a boss indirectly telling you what to do. Okay? That's normalcy. That's normal. Okay? Those are called work ethics. Okay? Worker regulations. Call it whatever you want. Okay? The bottom line is that you are in charge of your time. But you also have to realize too that uncertainty is going to happen out here, and there's nothing you can do about it. You cannot change the stores. You cannot tell them to do better. You can't do anything about that. You can try to switch markets if you want to. That could help. But the bottom line is time is going by. Okay? And the best way to do it is to say to yourself, I'm putting in 8 hours today and I'm going to do my best. And whatever I make in those 8 hours, on the final hour, when it hits 8 hours, you stop that timer, your day is over. you did your best. That's it. You did your best. Because the flow of income can only be controlled if you just work the time. That's it. Because that income is going to go like this. It'll start out down here and it'll start to go up. Okay? And it's very, very unpredictable how that income is going to flow. Very unpredictable. Very unpredictable. You cannot control it. Okay? I'm going right now to pick up something in North Brunswick. Okay? I'm going to go there and I'm going to work there to pick up something. I don't know if they're late. I may park there and they may cancel the order on me. I don't know. Those are I don't knows. But what I do know is that I can start at a certain time and I can end at a certain time. That is the only thing I know. Now imagine if you did 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, 40 hours a week, if that's what you like to do, or if you want to do 6 days a week or 7 days a week, in the end, you know when to start, you know when to end. Those are the only things that you can control. That's it. This is for yourself. This is for your emotional well-being. This is for you to know that you're out here. Nobody's going to pat you on the back out here. Nobody's going to tell you you're doing a damn good job, Tom. No. So you have to motivate you. You have to pick you up. You have to create standards that make sense to regulate your emotional well-being out here. And let me tell you something. Emotions go up and down out here. Okay? But if you work that time, if you stay within that time frame, if you accept the offer and you start that timer and you come out here and you work and you give it your best with all the challenges that are out here, okay? And the high levels of uncertainty, app glitches, things going down, okay? The one thing that you're very certain of is that you gave it your best because you worked the hours. And try it. Do it one day. Give it a shot. See how it works for you. See how you feel with that. See what the difference is when you do something like that. You want to be good to yourself. You don't want to rattle yourself. Okay? It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Okay? There are so many things you cannot control. There are so many things that will piss you off out here. Okay? But if you're putting that time in, if you're putting in those 8 hours, you're doing your best. You have to attach that in your mind. You're doing your best. That's it. Be a good manager to yourself. Be a good boss to yourself. This is why you do this. For the freedom, independence, and flexibility. So give yourself those boundaries. Give yourself those standards. And stick with them. As soon as you see that timer hit 8 hours, you're done. That's it. Don't burn yourself out. It's not worth it. Okay? In life, this too shall pass. Things will become better. You got to make sure that you do everything to the best of your ability. Okay? You're showing up. That's number one. That's a positive thing. Number two, you have the time frames that you start. You have the time frames that you end. Okay? Those are the only things you can control. And if you use a timer, you can let that time play in the background, and you check it from time to time to see how it is. You're going to see a rhythm. You're going to see a vibe. You're going to see a flow. And you're not going to be paying so much attention to the bad things that happen, but you're paying attention to the things that will help you to distract you to realize that, hey, I'm doing my best out here. I'm working the time. I'm working the hours. Now, this works really well when there are no bonuses. Obviously, when there are bonuses, you want to hit those bonuses. You want to go as much as you can to hit those bonuses. I'm talking about when you come across situations when the day is just the way it is. It's just things happen, okay? And only you can control your attitude and the way you do things. This is so important. I'm telling you. It's those little things that make a difference in the 8 hours that you're out here. Be good to yourself. Treat yourself good. Be the best boss that you could possibly be to yourself. The boss that you always wanted to have. That's you. And if you like what I'm telling you, leave me 2 thumbs up. Drop me a like. Leave me comments in the comments below. Let me know how you guys are good to yourselves. Let me know how you handle your days. Okay? It's those little things that really count, man. I'm telling you, that really make a difference to carry you through the day. And me personally, 8 hours a day, I'm good. If you're the type that works 9 hours, if you're the type that works 10 hours, just set that timer, work the hours, and you'll be fine. That's another thing I always say. Work the time and you'll be fine. So, have a great day.